There's a monster on Long Island that's tearing apart families and communities from Queens to Montauk.
There's a monster on Long Island that's costing taxpayers millions and millions of dollars to fight.
There's a monster on Long Island that's devouring lives and killing teenagers and young adults in record numbers.
There's a monster on Long Island, and it's coming for us.
Heroin addiction. It has a new face. Take a good, hard look. You may see someone you know, someone you love, someone you thought this could never, ever happen to. Once stereotyped as an urban problem with addicts living on the streets, today's heroin users cross all economic, ethnic, religious, and racial lines and live right in our own neighborhoods, right down the block, right next door, right in your home. Even more horrifying, with heroin's low cost and wide availability, its abuse knows no age boundaries. Kids as young as 12 are falling into heroin's insidious grip, no longer confined to the dark, back alleys of the inner city. The heroin epidemic has come right to our doorstep, and it's growing at a frightening rate, consuming everyone and everything in its path.
When I lived in Florida, heroin wasn't very prevalent, but obviously in Long Island it is.
The heroin epidemic in Massapequa is huge.
Heroin, you can get it for $5, $10 a bag.
You know, it's not just weed anymore. You know, people want a different effect.
Everybody just wants the cheapest thing they can get their hands on.
I was sniffing heroin on an everyday basis.
I started using downers like Roxy's, and eventually it progressed to heroin.
You know, when I didn't feel good, like, I would get high.
The heroin use, I was able to hide from my dad for about 8 months.
I was shooting out about 10 bags a day.
I was getting worse and worse.
It's very easy to get this stuff. You can be in high school walking down the hallway and people will be selling, you know, it's easy as that.
Welcome to Outreach. My name is John Venza, Vice President of Adolescent Services. Outreach is a place where every day we help young people regain their lives in their fight against substance abuse.
When I came to Outreach, I was very defiant to all staff. This is the one thing I could say is they never gave up on me, and that's what kept me going.
I think what makes Outreach different from other programs is, you know, the amount of care and structure and effort that's put in by everybody.
Outreach really helps you find yourself again. You're always in a group, you're always sharing about your life and how everything makes you feel, and you really bond with your family more.
They don't just work on drug abuse, they work on your family relationships and like how you feel about yourself too.
What's different with Outreach is that they work with that whole dynamic, that whole structure. It's not just about the one individual, it's a we program. Our philosophy is about rebuilding families. And every single day, while somebody is dying, someone in here is getting better.
Outreach in a variety of ways isn't just a rehab. I would say it's also life school.
One of the biggest things I could say is I learned how to have clean and sober fun, you know? Because I never thought I could have fun being sober.
Outreach has changed my life completely on a good level. It helped me with school, and I got caught up to 2 grades in 1 year. I finished my regents.
I feel like I found people that I can rely on and they have my back no matter what.
Outreach is helping to change lives on Long Island in major ways. We're talking about young people who have entered this program with their lives in total disarray, totally alienated from their families, their peers. They come here and they learn about their addiction, but more important, they learn how to live their lives in a way that respects others and respects themselves. And this program does an amazing job of that.
Outreach really saved my life. You know, I would either be locked away or I would be 6 feet under. But now, you know, I'm on my way to graduating. I'm looking forward to going to college.
Being away from the drugs really opened up other things for me. I realized that I like to help people, and like that makes me feel good.
I could not have the life that I have today. I look at life completely different. I look at certain situations completely different.
Outreach really made me like feel confident in myself. There's always going to be struggles, but like always know that like if you push through that, you know, there's always going to be something good for you at the end of it.
There's not very many beds on Long Island at this level of care with a high structured residential treatment, program.
More families are being broken apart, and without the help, the only 3 results are jails, institutions, and death. For a family to come into a program to be embraced, comforted, educated, taught how to become and reunite with their children, it's priceless.
No kid, no family should have to wait when they're ready to try and get help for their opiate addiction. It's too aggressive, it's fatal, and if a kid is ready for help, if a family wants to get their child help, beds at this level of care need to be available.
I would tell somebody who is using right now to come to Outreach and do what they have to do to fix their life, because Outreach helped me fix mine.